Check. Pirate Radio. Now, this is a little bit different from the podcast. This is just a smaller clip. I decided to do one today on Young Pharaoh. And it's crazy seeing what I saw the past 3 days. Like, I unfollowed Pharaoh, not unfollow, but I think maybe his IG got brought down. So now he's on Pharaoh. He's on @Nation instead of Young Pharaoh. But and then also they took down his videos. Like, I think they banned him from YouTube. Probably, I think. I'm not sure, but I can't find it on YouTube anymore. And for those who don't know, Young Pharaoh is known for making a lot of videos, controversial videos too, at that, And a dude with like a good sense of logic and thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not gonna get it twisted. But I seen a video of Hassan Campbell talking about Young Pharaoh now. Last time I seen about him was like a couple months ago, or no, actually like last month, about his like baby moms and that they broke up or whatever. And then right before that was when I saw like the tattoo on his eye, which I'll get into that. But I just saw from Hassan Campbell speaking about his mental health. I went to check the Instagram and I was like, what the fuck? This dude, Young Pharaoh, clearly looks different. Clearly. And this is, coming from me, which when I was working, obviously put the videos on, he was going in for like an hour and a half. I just, makes your shit fast, you know what I'm saying? Because what he hits on, the topics that he hits on, I could tell that he knows this shit because it's basically what I be hearing from other people. And Young Pharaoh, obviously, he's a black dude, so there's not a lot of black dudes breaking it down like him, and that's for sure. I mean, now, yeah, but we talking about like, I remember him from the Sonetta videos. You know what I'm saying? Props to Sonetta for that, because a lot of people came out from that 125th, YouTube channel. So shout out to Sonetta. And at first he, Young Pharaoh was like, I don't know, but then eventually you could tell he stepped up his knowledge about Hillary, about all that, the presidents. He actually caught like like not caught, but he basically was one of the ones that was like, yo, hold up, they capping on Trump's name. He could be white, he could be a racist, whatever, but they're not talking about what's really going on. So, all that way with Young Pharaoh, he was on point with all that. I guess he got his money. He wasn't in, I guess not house arrest, but probation. But he was also making a lot of money through people from his YouTube channel. It was getting big, his YouTube channel. And he moved out, I guess, I don't know, out of nowhere. Like, he was basically showing that he had the money and stuff. Like, he moved out to a different house or whatever. Like jewelry, which the jewelry, I was like a little, because I was like, I think that back in the day, Young Pharaoh would have looked at that like whatever. But then again, his shit is about like, Egypt and that whole type stuff. So me, I subscribe more to the Bible, that's a little different. But regardless of what, I was just making sure he doesn't take like this shit to the ultimate head, like, you know what I'm saying, like don't let it like overshadow what you've done before, because it was becoming more of him making rap songs and then him just pictures of him and his buck tooth with them big ass grills. But and then I checked today after the Hassan Campbell video, I'm like, what the fuck? And I ain't gonna lie, like, you know what I'm saying, even though I don't agree with his whole like Egypt, maybe all this stuff that he speaks about it, but it's still a brother with knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of felt like a little gut wrenching, because this is somebody that I thought his head would have been straight, like, like not fall into traps. But where it is that he allegedly is on like heavy use of cocaine now, and I guess shroomed, according to his baby mom. And it feels weird speaking about this because it obviously involves him and his family and stuff like that. But I like, for people who know Young Pharaoh, like, this is a dude that is like, you would have never thought he would have fell into like those traps of like, getting drugged up and shit, because he clearly looks like he's not even on weed. He clearly looks like he's on some like cocaine shit, because he looks too hyper. His sentences don't make sense with the other sentence. Like, he's acting very like weird, like a dude, like he's or very paranoid, because what he's saying is that they're out to kill him. And listen, who knows what that feeling is, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to judge off of that, but I had the feeling like the fame probably was getting a little too much to his head. That's what his wife said. He started fucking like white chicks and shit, which he was not that he was, because he mentions that he's cool with white people and all that, but he's these hoteps that be super black, and black women are gods and shit. So when you talk like that, then look at that, you feel me? But I was still shocked. It was shocking to me seeing him like that, because it's like, damn, like, how the fuck a dude with a strong mental space, that it seemed that he had a good mental space, get to this point? Like, he's looking very erratic, like straight up. And then who knows if people act like that if they know that there's a hit on them. But I don't know, man. Just definitely, it looks like paranoia from somebody that just does like coke or some shit. I'll be hearing the stories of Joey Diaz, and he be talking about that when he does coke. He be checking the window for mad long and shit. So I was like, what the fuck is the point of doing that shit when you're gonna be acting like that? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know about coke, so thank God, like, weed already is enough. So hell no. And it felt very unfortunate seeing Young Pharaoh like that. Like, hopefully, obviously, he gets through this, because oh my god, like, it was really, like, I was kind of sad, like, you know what I'm saying, because even if I didn't subscribe to his whole idea of Egypt and shit, like, there was shit on Egypt that they look sus on, you know what I'm saying? But besides that, like I said, like, he was on top of all that shit with Epstein Island. He was breaking down shit also and doing his research and shit that it wasn't this shit might be a lie. Like, that, I knew it because I watched like other podcasts and stuff, that be speaking about geopolitics and shit, and they mentioned shit that he caught on, and he made videos a little bit later in in time, but still, he still had a huge black and Hispanic and even white viewing audience. So the point of all this is just to get the message out there, and then to see him like that, I was like, fuck, man. Like, this dude dead ass poured Sprite on himself. He had no shirt. Like, this, all his videos is like him without a shirt now, and it's just adding to it. And listen, people still have the audacity to say, yo, he might be faking this. And if he is faking this, then fuck Will Smith at the in Fresh Prince doing the scene about his pops and shit with Uncle Phil. Fuck that, because this right here is AAA acting, my nigga. God damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, he's selling this shit if he's faking it, which, obviously to me, he's definitely not. Like, yo, you never seen this dude like this. He es como un tecato, like in Spanish, the Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, I guess other, Spanish speaking people also say it, but tecato means like dudes acting like a fucking crackhead. No, crackhead dude, you could kind of notice they'll probably do some worse shit, but it's like if I would have told you he's a functioning bass head, but you still see his glitches when he's not on, like shit like that. Like, this dude was Mayweather sharp. He knew how to speak in interviews, comfortable. You know, he would be very clear on what he's saying. You know how sometimes interviews, you see people get interviewed and, you know, they're on their shit, but they don't even notice how they can come off sounding to people that he's getting interviewed by. So he don't push it, but people usually don't push it into like, set it up like in preference so people in the audience can kind of get what they're talking about. Young Pharaoh was ahead of that shit. Like, he was like, listen, I'm black. He will give a brief history, and he goes, listen, and I speak about whites, but at the end of the day, we need to put that shit aside and focus on like helping, like, you know, coming together and making sure that we don't let America go to waste. He was talking shit like that, and this was like, okay, this is what we need, because, you know, sometimes this is the black community and Hispanic community can come over here and just, you know, blame white man and all this shit. But, you know, quiet as cat, we fuck. I'm gonna say we, but I'm not saying I do, but I'm just saying this like to be a little like sarcastic. But we love the white man, don't we? Don't we love Louis Vuitton? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't y'all rather fucking get y'all paycheck and make that shit go straight to the white man instead of like circulating it in the hood? But then again, there's no stores like a black store with his own label or whatever in the hood, because shit, that shit will be popping, and then when you don't see that you don't get the discounts, then nobody goes there, then the rent goes higher, and you know what I'm saying? Like, these people, Louis Vuitton, all these motherfuckers, they were broke at one time, I think, and he had enough support, you know, and obviously their shit was dope, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we complain about the white man, and then we fucking love the white man, but we don't talk about it. And then, like, if you speak about it, you a coon, and none of that. This is a dude, Young Pharaoh, that looked like he will kick your ass also. Still probably now. This nigga showing machetes. Nigga said that he was on FaceTime, I guess, with Waka Flocka, and he said to Waka Flocka that I'm gonna say allegedly, but I don't think he said that. Nigga said like, yo, yeah, and I shot 10 people. I was like, no, I shot somebody 10 times, some shit like this. He's putting the video, his camera, because I guess he be doing like clips. All these clips, I guess, is Instagram lives or you know, posts on Instagram. He, like, you could tell like he's putting people on camera. They feel uncomfortable with that, but they don't say nothing. Like, listen, he talking about how his security guard left. You see how the security guard was leaving, and he wasn't leaving like he was pissed. Their energies wasn't like they were pissed. He was leaving like as if when you leave a person that is like doing no good, that is up to no good, like a sad walk away type of shit. But it was really dark, the video, like it was nighttime, but you know, I guess he was in the garage showing the guy leave, and I guess he's saying like that he might be in the girl's house, who I guess they separated right before that. I don't know about none of that, and I hate speaking about it on it like that, but I gotta speak on this because this is crazy. This just shows you like, yo, even the strongest minds could just crumble just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, this is the thing. If that shit is true that he's doing like coke, it's like, damn, I thought I would have saw more regular functioning people that do coke that don't even act that erratic. I guess he does the coke and then he does the video, because on his downtime, I don't know what the fuck he does. But it's weird, like, this is not him, you know what I'm saying? And the baby mom did a video saying that, you know, he's with like 2 girls. One of them is like it's like a coke head and shit, and it's just like, fuck. But I thought he had a strong mind, you feel me? So it shows you, like, is it like the money that he was like, whoa, and that he got open with it, and he was like, and you know, and let him into that dark alley that he's at right now. This shit, yo, I'm telling you right now, if he's acting, this nigga's the greatest actor ever. It's fucking sad, yo. And then just like a person, just the way he's acting like that, like so erratic, you could easily see this motherfucker ending up in the news, God forbid, like, you know, saying that something happened to him, and not on some natural causes, like, you know, like, he looks very erratic. Like, he could probably go to his, I don't even want to think about that, but like, you know, you don't know what he could harm his family and himself. Listen, I hate saying that because it's like, you don't know if he's really getting like death threats or some shit that he's saying, but he's saying that he's getting death threats because what he's talking about, and he knows about child trafficking. My nigga, everybody in the internet is beasting about that. Not only you, they took you out already. Like, not like that, but you know what I'm saying, they took you out of like social media through the banning. That's why I was like, damn, you see. And people who are regular life don't see shit like that, but this dude was taken up for every platform for being a real journalist. This dude had PowerPoints. He was the one that exposed that dude who walks around in I think Compton and just does video, and he says he's Muslim, and he was exposing his background of what he was doing before, which is shit that I didn't know, but maybe it was false. Even though he had credible shit, like he had websites and all that. I'm telling you, he had a PowerPoint presentation, sorry. But and I'm like, to see that, then to see this, it's like I couldn't believe it. I ain't gonna lie, you know. And it's just like, damn, like, was he better off not being exposed to that money? Which later on made me think about, like, damn, you could tell this is why people who hit the lotto, they fucking go haywire, and then they be broken. You like, how the fuck you broke, you know? But damn, yo, that's so fucking crazy. That's so fucking crazy. I never would have thought about that. I'm even to the point that I'm kind of want to urge probably, like, you know, the Israelite groups and the other hoteps, but you know, the baby mom said there's people hitting him up trying to help him. And you know, one of the last draws was when he did, you know, I guess he went ham on his security guard, who right before that, all this, he was like, yo, this is my security guard, not everybody could be my guard or whatever, I'm tiring, you know. And he was talking shit, but listen, he's backing it up because he did his shit through his grind. I seen it. We all did. That's why I hope this is just like a trip, and he gonna catch his balance again and make sure that, like, now that he can make money or whatever, he really not gonna fall into some temptation like that. Because if this is like the beginning of the end, this is fucking sad. I don't want to make this video too long, so I just wanted to speak about. Sorry, I'm burping. DK, that's not professional. But yeah, man, like, I hope like the Israelite community reach out to him, and I'm speaking about all of them, even if they had like their differences and shit. One of his close friends, Seti, you know, I hope that it's easy for me to say, well, you don't even know, he probably cursing everybody out. What the fuck you mean? I'm good. But like, you're like, okay, he's saying he's good, but we all know he's really not. You know what I'm saying? So we need to hurry up and save this brother. This brother is a bright mind, man. Rightfully so. He had all these white people trying to get an interview with them. He was talking Listen, I was watching, like, okay, so a lot of things that he knew is because I kind of knew it a little before. He probably knew it before me, obviously, but or maybe, you know, who knows. But there was another YouTube channel that got brought down also, and they started their own shit, like, separately, $10 a month. But there's a lot of little, like, weird, they be kind of believing in, like, crazy conspiracies. I'm like, oh, okay, hold on, that's fucking too much for me. But they also do series that be exposing about geopolitics and shit that you can look up yourself. So they wanted to interview Young Pharaoh, but they didn't know that Young Pharaoh, he from the hood, you know what I'm saying? So they had a disagreement, and you could tell it was mad uncomfortable for the people who did those. It's called Edge of Wonder on YouTube. Edge of Wonder. Now they have Edge of Wonder TV, but it's not obviously on YouTube. But yeah, yo, he caught him on some shit, and you know, white people being white people, I guess they didn't want to, like, agree to what he was saying. He was saying scandalous shit about, like, black people, we helped create this shit. And they were like, well, maybe. And then he was like, listen, I can give you a PowerPoint right now. So, you know, the white people felt comfortable because they never really had like a person challenge them. I was loving it. And eventually the Edge of Wonder, they do their stuff, but when they started going a little bit too much and having people that maybe want to like influence people in different ways, I guess when it comes to like UFO shit, that's when I had to stop. Cause then you can see motherfuckers like that end up in on the news and shit, like fucking all 15 died because they wanted to take a drink and shit because they thought about something, you know, like on some fucking crazy LA shit. But you know, that's why this one kind of hurt, because it was like, yo, this is Young Pharaoh, my nigga. Like, are you kidding me? This shit could easily end up bad. And we have the internet. He's being out there on the internet, so everybody's seeing this. We got no excuse. So I'm hoping the people with a bigger platform, you know, in the community, black community, white community, also the motherfuckers that wanted, you know, Young Pharaoh interviews too, you know, come in and you know, I guess try to convince him, that make him snap out of it, clear out the people that he's with. He's having like new people in the house. He's out here giving his address out, like, yo, it's reckless shit. He's talking to the cops, like, not disrespectful, but he's getting like, he's erratic. He's too erratic. Like, I understand if the cop gonna be like, we gotta check up on this dude. But now he did say that there's like that they out to kill him and shit. But I don't know, that it's probably like that fucking drugs, man. Listen, you know when people say, oh, you know, pray for blank blank. Nah, for real. Let's pray on this one. Like, we have to pray, obviously, but damn, yo, like, come on, this is a bright young man. He's 20, 26, 27. My old ass 35. I'm like, you know what I'm saying, you know, but that's why he's young too, man. He got that tattoo. Oh my god, I ain't gonna lie. My bad, Pharaoh, if you hear this shit somehow. But nigga, when you got that eye tattoo, the first thing I thought about was polite. And I know you don't fuck with him, I guess, you know, because you was exposing him because, you know, he took your money and you made that video about him scamming people, which a lot of people came out and you know, complained as well about him scamming people. So, you know, you was ahead of this shit. You feel me? This goes deep. This was like fucking 6 years ago. That's why it feels crazy. But I don't know. Anyways, I'm for real. We should just, you know, hope that, you know, he cleans his head up, I guess, and quickly too. We don't want to keep seeing this shit. This is embarrassing in a way. Shout out to Young Pharaoh. Hopefully you get better, man. Peace.